What's up everyone, Speedy here. In this 2v2 video, we're going to be doing 2 live games as well as 1 replay review. So let's get right into it. Okay, here we are in the first game of the video. Let's pick up high, get a bump on 1. Try to be ready to rotate. Goes for the musty flip, which of course doesn't really do anything. Good touch by teammate. Oh, we get both those boosts. Need to give my teammate a little space. Quick rotate. Teammate needs to get a control touch. We're gonna go for the bump play on rotation, that's fine. Nice. Able to get the beat though, so that's fine. Grab this boost. Yeah, it's really unfortunate force play. I'll go up. Nice. It's a good shot. It's a good bump. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. A little troll of the opponents there, but all good. Nice, he made cheats up safely. Okay, he's going for that boost, that's fine. I avoid 70-30 rule, avoid overcommitting. Okay. This is a weird thing with Champ 2. Sometimes people can get a little too antsy defensively. Instead of clearing it out, they kind of go for that. Oh, good though. Fuck that. Do get their boost. Nice. Try to just force a 50 play. Teammate can get control. Rotate myself to a safe spot just to cover. Teammate's gonna get dunked. Yeah, doesn't really go. He gets too passive there. That's when he could have gone right there. Like, the thing that happens is, like, once you respect the play too much, you end up being too passive, and then you just give the opponents too much space to be able to, like, actually make a play. Oh, he fucking played that cheat up perfectly. He cheated perfectly. The super hard cheat. Gets rewarded for that. It's really risky, especially in solo queues. It's playing for 50. I got plenty of pads. Nice. Of course it hits it into him. Nice. I had a feeling they're going to play it right, so I tried to flip it in the way that was going to be easier for me to play off of. It's fake here. I get the bump. Rotate safely. Try to play with 50. Just try to buy teammate time. I don't really do a good job though. Ah, that's on me though. I should have honestly let teammate go. No! All good. Alright, so I end up playing boomer ball, so I don't really do anything practical with the play. Fake here. Nice. By forcing him to kind of commit to the flip, makes it harder for him to actually do anything practical. Nice play across. All safe here. Go. Bad touch. Damn. Yeah, I gave the possession away. That sucks. Ah, it's annoying. Played that badly this game. He goes for the bump. Yeah. GG. Okay, here we are in game 2. So if we play a better game 2 than we did game 1. So probably there's literally nothing I could do there. Ends up giving him ball. Okay. Soft cheat here. Not great shot. Still puts pressure. Try not to use too much boost. Fortunate miss, but still okay. I need to grab this pad lane. Just be in a position where I can cover for teammate. Yeah, I'm missing, so that's okay. Start grabbing this pads. It's a bit awkward there. Thank you. Nice pass. There, just take time. Try to be there in a position where I can read. He goes for the side bounce there, which works. Not really anything I could do with that. Surprised that didn't count as a save. So I take back. I need to be in a position where I can cover for teammate, just in case things likely don't go exactly as planned. Just like that. And free goal. Okay. Twos can be weird. Some games I've had off recording where teammates were calling like kickoff strats every time and it just did not go well. But finally this seems a bit different. Damn. Yeah, I played that badly. Once he gets that possession play, it's difficult. It's still kind of like involved in a play. And let's see, can we get another touch? I was absolutely separated from that, but okay game. Fair enough. Gives free possession, that's fine. He needs to be careful of this touch. Grab these pads, just can't commit. Oh my god. Oops. That worked! That actually worked! That's ridiculous. Oh my god. Guys didn't get contact there, but all good. In a position where I can rotate back. Ah, phew, what a save. Alright, it's just playing safe. And alright. GG. That was eventful. That was very eventful. Okay, so here we are in the replay portion of the video. Starting things off, good pressure. We get a back left call from my teammate, so I can go ahead and get myself set up. Got a good pressure there. If I kind of was able to stay in the air better and kind of stay close to the ball, then totally fine to actually go for a better shot, but oh good. Here, just trying to be patient here. Recognize the opponent's going to go for that boost. Okay, stay close. Didn't really get the 50 I wanted there. Fortunately, that goes over. Place for a 50 here. Try to get past the opponent. Does a good job of dunking me, so that's all good. Here, immediately rotate. And then here, same thing. Now that momentum's taking me up this way, I'm just going to grab that boost and immediately rotate back. I'm in a position where I can follow this, but I see teammates staying committed here, so I'm not going to commit. That's something you want to be aware of, is like even if you see that you're upfield and you have a play potentially, recognize whether or not your opponent, or rather your teammate, is actually able to see that it's going on, like that they actually have a teammate ready to go for that. And in your case, if you're that teammate, and you're seeing essentially your second man, or in this case Sony, actually like committing to the play as an aerial play for the solo play, just let him be, you know, grab boost, be smart, and rotate back as second man, so that way you're able to follow up. That whole play wouldn't have happened if we didn't make those rotational plays like we did there. We do make some rotational mistakes though this game though, as we'll kind of get into a little while from here. First one, missed that boost. Classic, you know, always gotta miss the boost. Tried to like place a shot to the side and just try to see if I can get the opponent to kind of fight for a different angle. Here, just trying to be careful here. I see the teammate 0 boost, so I'm like playing a bit upfield, but I see he has control, so I'm just going for the bump play. Once I get bumped, I'm like, okay, because I thought he was going to get that mid boost. He doesn't. I leave it for him because I'm trying to at least give him a chance. He stays committed here, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to back off here. Can't really safely commit. This is a big mistake here. This is that rotational mistake that I was talking about. Really, if you want to defend this, it's better the shadow, but closing the space a little bit while shadowing. The problem is when you cut like this, you see how little momentum I have. I'm essentially a tempo behind on the play. And that's the problem when you're stopping like this, is that the ball is not only in motion, but it's got motion, or momentum rather, to push towards your goal. And the first man attacker is likely in these ranks going to flick it. So that's why that works the way it did. So it was a poor challenge on my part. Here, I'm just like waiting for the potential touch to for them to try to shoot it. He goes for like an aerial touch, so that's why I'm watching for it, just trying to read for it. Here, I'm seeing like, okay, he goes for the reset. He's going for a musty, but it's musty. That's not really very doubleable. Kind of wish the teammate went earlier and tried to like block that, because he was giving him a lot of space to do that, especially during my rotation phase. He's just trying to set up here. Trying to quickly get into a position where I can cover. Teammate's still 0 boost, so that's why I kind of went here, because I saw 0 boost on teammate. I was like, well, it's still really bad that he's still 0 boost this whole time. Here, just trying to buy teammate time. Teammate's able to have boost, so that's okay. Grab boost pads, and then here, use the bit of boost I have from the pads, get momentum, grab the 100 boost. Here, just try to put pressure. And at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I need to rotate back. I need to be in a position where, since this guy's going to go for the reset, of course, you just cover it for the reset. You're watching his musty, as you can see, like as he gets the reset and he's going and he's flipping backwards like that, that's your tell. That's essentially the telegraph that the opponent is trying to go for a musty flip, or musty flick rather. You need to be ready for that. So here, kind of a funny goal, because the opponents kind of tripped themselves up. Here it's just making good of their mistake and then immediately scoring on that, so that's good. So here, just cheating up softly, just being careful not to over cheat. See, something I see a lot of people do is they just either don't cheat at all or they cheat too hard. It can be kind of dangerous in those positions, just because like if you get dunked or the play goes over you, you're pretty much screwed. So there's really very little that you can do in those cases. So you just want to be careful here. Teammate isn't able to make the play work. That's fine. Just trying to be patient here. Just take time. You see how just by taking time, they really have nothing that they can do with this play. Here, just put myself in a good position. And then I go for the quick bump here. They're not expecting the bump play, so that's a good breakaway here. Setup, and then breakaway setup there. And then, of course, teammate's able to follow through. Unfortunate side flip there. I actually didn't want to side flip there. I was trying to speed flip, but oh, good. It does work out. So here, couldn't get myself to a position where I could have scored that. The only way I could have possibly scored that would have been like if I pre-jumped, single jumped into it, but it would have been hard to do. We get scored on here. I actually creep up way too much, and I put myself way too far forward. Honestly, didn't have to do that. I was kind of confident teammate was going to get the beat there, so I was pushing up, but I should have like recognized essentially that he was a little bit behind the play, and visually, even if it didn't look like that, still would have been dangerous. Did get a good goal here. Opponents kind of tripped themselves up here, just trying to go for the backboard play, and I'm able to just kind of fall through with the backboard read. So got our lead kind of strengthened a little bit. Obviously, we do get scored on a little bit here, as you're going to see, but we still apply good pressure though this game. We're just waiting on teammate to go. Unfortunately, I do get dunked a little bit though. Would have liked to have gotten that past him here. See teammate going. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to grab boost pads. Try to remember 70-30 rule. Just trying not to overcommit. Just to being in a position where I can follow through. Fake here. Just trying to put pressure. He messes this up in a way that actually rewards him. And unfortunately, teammate commits for a really, really dangerous play as last man. So if you're last man in these positions, one thing you don't want to do is play it low. So if you're playing low here and your opponent is dunking high, that's what's going to happen pretty much every time. What you want to do is you want to like essentially half commit. So I wouldn't say half commit, but I would say like you're faking. So like here, you go up and then you immediately you're fake turning because you're seeing that the opponent's going to turn. They're going to get a touch that is going to bring it forward, but you need to be in a position where you can shadow it. And that double tap angle would not have happened if they didn't get height out of it. And they only got height out of it because he dunked him high. So this is something you just want to be aware of in future situations. So that's why like a second man, you just want to be careful about that. It leaves the defensive play basically, and it makes it really difficult. Typically it's risky to go for those as last man. There, I'm like, okay, go for a boom touch. Teammate kind of makes an awkward touch. I think I may have had a potential scoreable angle like here. At least could have like been able to push it up a bit more forward. Maybe not, but still, the way he kind of cut it was just kind of awkward instead of rotating back. Here, I'm like, okay, my goal here, just be present. Just essentially doing what's called hovering. And by hovering, I'm just like, okay, be in a position where just try to make it annoying for their attacker, so their attacker doesn't get the space to be able to go. Here, trying to get him to go. Oh, good. Teammate's in a good spot to get the dunk, and then ends up killing the ball. So overall, it's a good game. Definitely some teachable moments, really. Just something you want to be careful about is like in situations where, as last man, say the ball is like getting ready to roll up that wall, right? If you're playing this on the low side and your opponent is playing on the high side like this, if they have momentum like this, they're going to, as soon as you bounce that ball upward, they're going to dunk, and that's what's going to get height out of the ball. So that's kind of why that situation happened the way it did, is it really just, it comes from essentially like not recognizing in the moment that that particular movement would be dangerous, and the 50-50 there is actually really not what you want to do. A fake challenge here. So for example, like if you're second man and you're coming up to that play like here like that, boom, fake. The opponent is going like this, right? So in this situation, they're kind of coming up and they're jumping like this to try to force high. So if you fake, the contact that they're going to get on the ball is likely going to actually force it low. And you're going to end up having like a fairly safe, not super threatening angle to work with. And you can then actually, a second man, now collect the ball, bring it across to safety, and now you have yourself like a good defensive play. So then in that situation, like control touch, and then now you have options to work with. And now that ends up working much, much better, and it's much safer in that circumstance. So There's just things you want to be aware of when you're making those plays. That being said, if you want me to replay review your games, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and if you enjoy watching this video, make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Media Man out.